They are the evil empire. Welcome to 105 Studios, and today I'll be counting down the top 10 New England Patriots of all time. Before we begin, some honorable mentions go out to Randy Moss, Wes Welker, Rodney Harrison, and Teddy Bruschi, who just missed the cut. Number 10, Adam Vinatieri. You may be surprised to see a kicker on this list, but Vinatieri is no ordinary kicker. Rather, he is one of the most clutch players in NFL history. In the divisional round of the 2001 playoffs, the Patriots were down 3 with less than a minute left in what is now known as the Tuck Rule game. With the uprights barely visible due to a nasty blizzard, Vinatieri nailed a 45-yard field goal to send the game into overtime. He would then make the game-winning field goal from 23 yards out to advance to the AFC Championship. A few weeks later, in Super Bowl 36, the underdog Patriots would take on MVP Kurt Warner and the St. Louis Rams. Following a game-tying drive by St. Louis with 90 seconds remaining, the Pats marched down the field, putting Vinatieri in position to take a 48-yard field goal. He would split the uprights as time expired, giving the Patriots their first Super Bowl championship. 2 years later, Vinatieri would find himself in a similar position. This time, the heavily favored Patriots were taking on the Carolina Panthers. With the game tied at 29 and a minute left, the Patriots put Vinatieri in position for yet another field goal, this one from 41 yards away. Once again, he drilled it, proving once and for all that the Patriots were here to stay, giving them their second championship in 3 years. Vinatieri would have an all-pro season the next year, helping the Patriots win their third championship in 4 years, making them a bona fide dynasty. Without Vinatieri, who knows where the Patriots would be. Number 9, Steve Nelson. The centerpiece of the Patriots defense for over a decade, Nelson had a true nose for the ball, recording more than 100 tackles 9 times in his career. He was also very reliable, missing only 3 games in 14 seasons. Nelson was named to 3 Pro Bowls, including one in 1985 when he helped the Patriots reach their first Super Bowl, where they were defeated by the Chicago Bears. Nelson's number 57 has been retired by the Patriots, and he was inducted into the team's Hall of Fame in 1993. Number 8, Bruce Armstrong. The anchor of the Pats' offensive line through the late 80s and early 90s, Armstrong protected the blind side of a young Drew Bledsoe, fending off pass-rushing greats such as Bruce Smith on a regular basis. He was also the man injury couldn't stop. In 1992, Armstrong tore several ligaments in his right knee. While this injury was thought to be career-threatening, Armstrong would come back better than ever, reaching 4 straight Pro Bowls from 1994 to 1997. In 1999, Armstrong again tore ligaments in his knee, but decided to play the remaining 8 games with the injury, earning a nod as a Pro Bowl alternate. He was elected to the Patriots Hall of Fame in 2001, where his number 78 was retired. Number 7, Ty Law. Law was a great ball-hawking corner for New England for 9 seasons, leading the league in interceptions twice, while being elected to 5 Pro Bowls during his tenure. He also came up big in the most important moments, including a 47-yard pick 6 off of Kurt Warner in Super Bowl 36. Due to his physical play, Law helped the 2003 Patriots lead the league in several major categories, including interceptions and fewest touchdown receptions allowed. In the AFC Championship of that year, Law would intercept the Colts' Peyton Manning 3 times, helping the Pats win the game and eventually the Super Bowl. Law is tied for the most interceptions in team history with 36 and has more defensive touchdowns than any Patriot ever. Number 6, Troy Brown. For 15 seasons, Brown did a little bit of everything with the Patriots. After starting out as a return man early on, he began to see some time as a receiver. After 7 seasons, he was named as a starter in 2000 and caught 83 passes for 950 yards and 4 touchdowns. The next season, he caught 101 passes for 1,200 yards and 5 touchdowns, helping him make his lone Pro Bowl appearance. While not reaching these heights again, he would play a key role in the early days of the Patriots dynasty, catching a total of 16 passes in the 3 Super Bowls he played in. Brown is second on the team all-time in receptions and was named to the Patriots Hall of Fame in 2014. Number 5, Rob Gronkowski. This wild and crazy tight end is only 27, but he has already established himself as one of the greatest tight ends of all time. In only his second season, he set NFL records for the most touchdowns and yards in a season for a tight end. Gronk has scored at least 10 touchdowns in 5 of his first 7 seasons and already has more receiving touchdowns than any Patriot ever. In his short career, Gronk has already been named to 4 All-Pro teams and 4 Pro Bowls. He has also played a big role as the top red zone target of the Super Bowl 49 winning Patriots, scoring a touchdown against Seattle's Legion of Boom. Always the life of the party and constantly dominating defenses, Gronk still has a long way to go before his career is over, but there is little doubt that he'll be the greatest tight end of all time when all is said and done. Number 4, Mike Haynes. This first-round pick made an immediate impact by winning Defensive Rookie of the Year and making his first of 9 Pro Bowls. Haynes was a man who shut down an entire half of the field with his impressive speed and brilliant coverage skills. For evidence of this, you need to look no further than the 1980 season where he made a Pro Bowl with just 1 interception because no QB would throw his way. A member of the All-NFL 75th anniversary team and a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Haynes is the greatest defensive back in Patriots history. Number 3, Andre Tippett. While Lawrence Taylor was terrorizing quarterbacks in New York, Tippett was doing the same about 200 miles north. After not recording a single sack in his rookie season, Tippett would come out with 8.5 sacks the following year. That was followed by an 18.5 sack campaign, which is still the team record to this day. In 1985, Tippett would have 16.5 sacks and be named Co-Defensive Player of the Year. Tippett's 100 career sacks are the most in team history, and he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2008. Number 2, John Hannah. Sports Illustrated dubbed him the greatest offensive lineman of all time, and this claim isn't too far off. Hannah was the leader of an offensive line that helped set a record of 3,165 rushing yards in 1978. Hannah was named Offensive Lineman of the Year in 4 consecutive seasons from 1978 to 1981. He was also named to 10 All-Pro teams throughout his career. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1991 and would no doubt be number 1 on this list if not for one of the greatest careers in NFL history. Number 1, Tom Brady. I wasn't quite sure where to start with Mr. Brady, so I may as well start from the beginning. Brady was drafted with the 199th pick of the 2000 NFL Draft. The unassuming, likely career backup out of Michigan got his opportunity after Drew Bledsoe was leveled by Mo Lewis of the New York Jets in September of 2001. Brady would lead the Patriots to an 11-3 record and an appearance in Super Bowl 36, and would go on to beat the heavily favored St. Louis Rams, being named Super Bowl MVP. He would go on to lead the Patriots to 2 more Super Bowl victories in 38 and 39 over the Panthers and Eagles respectively. In 2007, Brady and the Patriots embarked on a historic journey, going undefeated in the regular season. Brady scored a then NFL record 50 touchdowns while also taking home MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. But the Patriots were not able to complete the undefeated season, losing to the New York Giants in heartbreaking fashion. In 2011, Brady would make his 5th Super Bowl appearance in 10 seasons, but again lost a close one to the Giants. 4 years later, Brady would appear in his 6th Super Bowl championship, this time against the Seattle Seahawks and the Legion of Boom. Thanks to a miracle interception by Malcolm Butler, Brady became just the 3rd quarterback in NFL history to win 4 Lombardi trophies. Fast forward to the 2016 season, where Brady would yet again find himself on the big stage. After overcoming a 25-point deficit in overtime to the Atlanta Falcons, Brady became the first quarterback to win 5 Super Bowls. With too many accolades to name, and a career as storied as this one, Brady is a special kind of player. He is perhaps the greatest to ever play, and is the only possible choice to top this list.